Okay, so we have something new here on the Skinny, and it's called the Trivia Questions segment. And we're going to put these guys to the test, including Rico and I. Rico and I, we don't really have to win here, but the pressure's on the two aces over here. Of course, Nhra, Todd, and Antron Brown. But we're going to throw the first question up here. We have Chris filling in for Aaron today. So this will be a do or die for you. We'll find out if you're bounced at the end of the show.
Do you ever want to come back?
And, of course, Carl back there engineering this thing. So let's let it rip here with a couple of questions and see what we got.
All right, first question. Who was the first NHRA funny car driver to run 300 miles an hour at a sanctioned national event? JR.
Who is Jim Epler?
Oh, I clicked him before him. I'm certain of it.
That is correct. I had no clue.
I'm
joking.
Why are we not hearing any cheering? Don't we have any fan participation here?
Woo!
All right, JR's out to
Man,
the
my
lead.
heart's racing.
Look at you. Look, you were like, I better get this right.
Right.
Next question. Which pro stock driver was a crew member on Bobby Labonte's 2000 NASCAR Winston Cup winning team?
Who got that?
Right there, Ken?
Ken.
Jason Line.
Oh, I had that one.
I got a
had
faulty
that
buzzer.
one. This one did not work.
I'm learning the buzzer, man. I'm learning the buzzer.
I was
I must have been too early.
I was hitting it. It wasn't going.
This is 200. You could come back quick.
All right.
Come on, Trebek.
Next question. Which funny car driver is a former high school shop teacher?
Yeah, there we go. I was double clicking on that one. Gary Densham will be the correct answer.
That is correct.
Yes, sir.
Wow, right out to the right out ahead of it. Half
I was trying to
track.
click that as quick
Half
as I
track.
could.
Ah, me too. Oh, yeah.
All right. Next question. Which top fuel driver was part of the first father and son to win at the same national event? Rico.
Bernstein.
Yes, sir.
You will be correct.
Wow, took it right away from you guys immediately. Love it.
I was hitting that button 5 times.
I was hitting on the
Ah,
I don't even think I touched mine. Thanks.
yeah, well, we just going around the room here.
We know who writes my
Boy,
checks.
it's getting tight.
Yeah.
Next question. Who is the second winningest NHRA pro stock driver?
Come on.
JR.
Who is Jag Coughlin Jr.? Come on.
Antron.
The second most winningest pro stock car driver would be
Oh, he don't know.
Warren Johnson. Bob Glinton. It's Bob Glinton.
No.
Ken.
Jason Line.
No.
So Warren Johnson was the winningest, and Bob Glidden is the second winningest.
It's Bob Glinton. It's Bob Glinton.
Yeah. But,
Yes.
All right, next
We
question.
could have
for
him
real
call
here.
in.
All right. Next question.
All right.
Which pro stock bike rider previously spent 10 years as a professional AMA motocross rider? Ken?
Man.
Thanks for this one, pal. I appreciate it. Let's go with Antron Brown.
Correct.
This ain't even right. I can't even beep it on my own one. They blocked me.
It's like locking up.
What former Major League Baseball slugger owned a top fuel team piloted by Tom McEwen in the early 90s? JR?
Who is Jack Clark?
Correct.
JR getting fancy. Now he's
Mine
saying who
did
is in
not
front
work.
of him. It's like,
Did you see that? I'm going like this. I'm going like this, and it's like, you ain't getting it.
Which driver has the most career national event wins without ever winning the championship? Ken?
Corey Mack.
Oh, I picked that too.
Wrong.
Oh, wrong.
Yes.
Oh!
Yes. Yes.
Somebody buzz
Who
in?
wants it?
Yes. Oh, anybody else?
Somebody
can
else
buzz?
there buzzing.
That'll be Kurt Johnson.
They're collaborating over there.
I was getting ready to buzz in if that was wrong.
I had to take a pause. I was like,
I wasn't
He
sure
was
if it's
in the process of
DG.
elimination.
I'm getting a letter
I knew
from
it wasn't
Corey Mack
Caps.
right
no, I
now.
know Caps because he won a championship. Caps just won a championship.
Corey Mack's writing me a letter right now. It's not a
Yes,
nice one.
No, it's not.
Never coming on this show.
Here we go. Next question.
It's worth 500.
Who was the first NHRA pro stock bike rider to run over 200 miles an hour? JR.
Oh, come on.
Give me D, Hector Arana Jr.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. I was click. I see all them Lucas Oil commercials all the time.
This one
$5.50.
is worth $5.50.
Come on.
Who was the first ever crossover driver from NASCAR to NHRA?
Ooh,
Antron?
Thank you, Lord. John Andretti. What? Ah, which one was it?
Somebody?
Richard Petty?
Richard Petty, please.
Correct.
What did he drive?
1964.
Come on.
1964.
Oh, man.
He got in an argument with the France family or with Big Bill because he wanted to, or Big Bill outlawed the Hemi, and he said, "Fine, I'm leaving NASCAR."
That's
and he
right.
went drag
Wow.
racing.
He took a year off from NASCAR,
and went drag racing.
That's
I
correct.
did, you know what?
And I thought it was
Forgot about that story.
Danny Ungaius did as well, but Danny Ungaius didn't race NASCAR. He ran sports car,
Cars.
the NASCAR deal.
Congratulations, JR.
What do I get?
You get a fresh bottle of Ice Mountain.
Everybody fell in love with your grandmother.
Oh, well, you know what the funniest part is? You never say no to her. Don't never say no. And if you can't do something, say, I will and I can. She never want to hear no. You say no? Whew. And she's still around. I just got off the phone with her, like when we were up, I was in my truck on the phone with my grandma before I came in, before the show. And you know, she's going through some hard things right now, you know. And but she's still up in spirits. And it's so funny because I got to tell you this real quick. It'll make you laugh. So they're getting her trouble. She had to have dialysis, and she came up weak. And you can't, my grandma's like nobody telling her what to do. So the nurse comes and tells her and goes, Miss Brown, you need to sit up. You need to sit up. Like you can't be slunched down like this. She goes, and put your pillow behind your head. She goes, I'm perfectly comfortable the way I am right now. I don't need you to tell me I need to put a pillow behind my head. She goes, if I wanted the pillow behind my head, that's the way I'll be laying right now. And you know, the nurse goes, no, you don't understand. You have an IV with a port in your arm, and you can't have your arm bent like that. And my grandma goes, oh, I see. Bossy. That's why you ain't got no man at the house. That's my grandma told her. I'm on the phone with her. I'm like, are you kidding me? She's like, she's telling the lady off, go, oh, bossy. That's why you ain't got nobody at the house. That's why you're all by yourself.
Sounds about like her.
Yeah.
You got to tell everybody the story about her and Caps.
Oh Lord. That, you know, Caps. All right, look. Caps is so funny is because you got to hear the whole thing. Like, I got Caps a while back with his mom. Okay, his mom loves me, and she's a sweet lady. I love her to death. I call her Mama Caps, okay? And Miss Betty, she's a sweetheart. And I looked at Caps when they were giving the speech and everything. I said, Ron, I said, your mom sees me all the time. She doesn't give me a kiss on the cheek. She gives me a kiss on the lips. I said, if I was like, if your mom was if I was like 5 years older, I said, you might have been calling me daddy. That's what I told Caps, right? So I told Caps this, man. He looked at me. I said this in front of everybody. Everybody started laughing. He turned all red, right? Well, my grandma one time, she came out to Englishtown, and I brought up there so I could do driver intro in front of all the people in the hospitality again. And my grandma's sitting next to me, and she's going, boy, that Caps just does something for me. I'm like, what? I'm hearing my grandma talk about Caps like he's this hot stud. You get what I mean? She goes, he reminds me of Clark Gable. And this is like an old school movie star. You get what I mean? I don't even know who Clark Gable is. Right? You know what I mean? I'm like, who the heck is Clark Gable? Right? So I look him up. He's this old school movie star. You know what I mean? And he kind of looks like Caps. And he gives my grandma a hug, kisses her on the cheek, hugs all over and everything else. And my grandma's all blushing. She's turning cherry Coke red. You know what I mean? Right? So I'm looking at her. I'm like, look at this right here. And then Caps gets on the mic and goes, hey, AB. He goes, I like the way your grandma I think she kind of loves me, AB. I go, yeah, she does. He goes, well, how about you call me Granddaddy? That's what Caps tells me back. I'm looking at him. I'm like, Lord have mercy. You know what goes around, comes around, and it came right back around.